Good afternoon. Could you state your name for the record, please?
Robert Ramirez.
Thanks, Robert. Before we get into what happened to you and the reason we're all here, I want to talk a little bit about your background. Could you tell the jury just a little bit about your family and what you do for a living?
I'm 26 years old. I have a wife and a son, Robert Jr., and I'm a carpenter by trade. Lived in Chicago all my life.
Okay, and do you have any hobbies, anything you enjoy to do?
I like to play baseball with my buddies, and I help my son play basketball.
Okay. And going to December 6th, December 7th, do you remember what you were doing that day?
Yeah, I went to a friend's house to watch the NBA game.
Okay. And how long do you think the NBA game was?
Probably like 4 or 5 hours.
Okay. Did you guys have anything to drink or eat, like a house party or?
Yeah, I brought a 6-pack with me and shared it with my buddies.
Okay. And how many of those beers do you think that you had?
Probably just 2.
And did you guys do anything else while you were at your friend's house?
Once the game was over, we played rummy for a while.
Okay, and what's that? Is that
Card game.
okay, card game. And how long do you think you played that for?
Probably just an hour, and we decided we wanted to go out on the town a bit.
Okay. And what did you guys do in town? What was the reason for that?
We just went to a couple bars, hung out some more.
Okay, did you have anything to drink while you were out?
Yeah, I was drinking scotch and soda that night.
Okay. And then you think you maybe left the bars about 2 a.m. It's in your previous testimony?
Yeah, 2 or 3, something like that.
Okay. So when you left the bars, where did you guys go next?
We headed to a local park. One of my buddies was talking smack, and we decided to have a race and see who was fastest.
Okay, and who won the race?
I did.
And how were you feeling?
I was feeling pretty good, you know. It was kind of nice to rub it in a little.
Sure. And so after the foot race, where did you guys go after that? Did you go home or?
We went back to his house, and I picked up my car there and headed home.
Okay. And what happened on your way home?
So I was on California, and I wound up behind a car just going real slow, like 5 miles an hour or something like that. And I honked my horn, and they didn't speed up, so I put on my signal and got in the other lane, and then they veered over and blocked me. They did that twice. I was getting pretty pissed off. You know, it's the middle of the night, no one's out, and I still couldn't get by.
Okay, and so you tried to pass them and you weren't able to do so. Were you yelling at them at all, or?
Yeah, I was honking again, you know, and I yelled a little out the window, and a fella turned off on Evergreen, and I followed him and stopped his car.
And why did you turn off on Evergreen?
You know, at that point, I was just pretty pissed off, I guess.
Okay, and then what happened?
So he stopped his car, and I started yelling at him out the passenger window, and the fella got out of his car, and so I got out of mine. Next thing you know, he sucker punched me
And where did he punch you?
in the face.
Okay, and what happened to you after that?
Well, then we really got into it, you know, and we were fighting down the side of the car. We got to the back, and he punched me again in the guts, and I went down that time and hit my head on the bumper.
And the vehicle that they were in, Officer Levy and Officer Waldman, was that vehicle marked? Did you know that they were police officers?
No.
Okay, were they wearing uniforms?
Mm-mm.
Did they ever identify themselves as police officers to you?
Not till after I was down on the ground already.
Okay, and when you were down on the ground, that you said previously, what happened to you at that point?
Well, he yelled at the police, and I asked to see his ID. I stopped fighting, you know. I asked to see his identification, and you know, the next thing I knew, I saw some other feet nearby, and I thought I got kicked or something, but I guess I got shot.
Okay, and do you remember anything after you were shot?
I woke up for a minute, and I heard him say, "What do we do? Just leave him here?" And then the next time I woke up, there was lights all around. I was at the hospital, I think.
And where were you shot?
In the back.
I want to show you Exhibit 1 here, which is a knife that we have in evidence. The defendants are claiming that you had this knife that day. Do you recognize this knife?
No, it's no knife I own.
Okay, so you don't own this, but you do own knives.
Yeah, I do.
And is that for your carpentry, or I think you mentioned earlier you're a carpenter? Is that?
Yeah, so I got a utility knife for drywall and stuff, and I got fish knives for fishing,
Okay.
scaling fish and stuff.
But you didn't have this knife on
No,
the
I've
summer
never
yourself?
had that one.
What's the type of knife that you do use for your carpentry work?
Just a utility knife.
Okay, and so it's not a pocket knife, it's a
No.
utility knife, and this is a pocket knife. Okay, so you also testified that you, after you were shot, you woke up in the hospital.
Mhm.
Did you miss work because of this?
Oh yeah, a lot of work.
Okay, and you're back to work now, or?
That's right.
Okay, and how long was it between you being shot and going back to work?
In about 6 months.
Okay, and what time was it that you went to the hospital after you were shot?
I think it was around 5 in the morning.
Okay, so this whole series of events probably lasted about, between you being at your friend's house and being shot was probably about 6 or 7 hours.
Okay.
Okay. Has your life changed at all because of this, or?
Oh yeah, there's a lot I can't do anymore. I can't do my job as well as I used to. I can't haul stuff, can't climb. I can't help my son. He's going to the championships and I can't help him practice, you know. Can't play softball anymore. My pitch is gone. This fall.
And I'm sorry to hear that. Have you, do you think if you had that foot race again, that you'd be able to beat your friends?
No, not a chance.
And that's because of your current condition, you just don't feel you'd be able to do some of the things you did before?
That's right.
Thank you. No further questions.